Okay, so you trying to be sober, and Friday night comes around, Saturday night comes around, everybody's celebration, 21 birthday party, New Year's, there's a wedding, people are going out. What's the key to staying sober in those situations? So welcome in fam, much love, Trav here, and I'm gonna share a key with you that's a little bit different than some of the stuff that you heard in other places. So if that sounds interesting to you, and I haven't drank in coming up on 2 years or smoked and coming up on 2 years, and I've had a wonderful, amazing social life during that time. If that sounds like something that you want to learn from, then make sure to hit the thumbs up button. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to hit the bell notification. Okay, so how's everybody doing? It's Friday night here, and that's why I'm on the topic of sort of Friday night, Saturday night. Everybody's going out. A couple friends just invited me out. Let's go out. Come on, come out. Let's hang out. How how and that inspired me to make this video because I know many of you are struggling with this. You're not struggling with the sobriety so much, but you're struggling with the social life element. It's like, man, I don't have a lot of friends. I work remotely. I work online. It's COVID happened. I'm lonely. A go-to is my friend. We can go smoke a joint and just talk, and I'll have that connection. And my friends are going out for a drink to watch the game. Like, man, what am I just gonna do? Stay in, right? So the issue is the social. So a lot of the key, it turns out, to sobriety is creating an amazing social life where you have better options. What's the key to making good choices? Is it discipline? Is it prudence? No. The key to making good choices is having good options. So I'm going to help you have better options in your social life, right? If there's something better that you could choose instead, you would choose that, right? So that's sort of the approach that I've taken. And that's also why 12 steps works for some people. I'm making healthy choices. I don't want to go drink. I don't want to get French fries. I want to drink a smoothie. I want to go to sleep early. And I've got very social plans for tomorrow, so I don't feel like I'm missing out. I think you can see it in me that, hey, maybe I'm doing something right. Like how have I been able to make such healthy choices, right? So one of the reasons why 12 steps works for people is just giving you a replacement social life right away, right? I watched this work for my dad. Gives up, all his friends who would drink. I don't know if there's really that many, but it's much easier when instead of having a drink, you could go to a meeting, hang out with people, and then you go out afterwards and talk and know that nobody's gonna be drinking for sure, right? So I'm not saying to go to 12-step meetings. I don't really like 12-step because for me, sobriety is not, and for some of you, the goal is to be sober isn't because you have an abuse problem. I never abused alcohol. I abused weed, but I was functional and successful anyways, right? It's just wanting to be healthier and wanting to have a healthier lifestyle, right? So I don't necessarily want to be around a bunch of ex-substance abusers. I want to be around people who are just never even did, right, ideally, or never made that mistake, or they've just been so focused the whole time, right? So I get it that if you're like, man, I haven't seen anyone this whole week, I don't really like my coworkers, I spend so much time alone. I'm gonna go to the party. I'm gonna go have a drink, and then I'm gonna be around drinking. I'm gonna be around smoking. I'm gonna have a drink. I'm gonna have a smoke. So, what's been key to me that I can share with you that works is creating a social life where that's not based around. It's reliable. It's predictable. There's recurring events. You have plans, and it's not based around. Alcohol or weed. So I'm gonna share a little bit from my own life, and then I'm gonna open it up to your life. And the goal, if you have a goal, it's like I want to sleep personally 8.5 to 9 hours a night. and I want to have at least 6 hours of socialization. It doesn't mean talking the whole time, but being around people that I like. So one thing that makes it easier is for me intentionally choosing a very social work, because I've done both sides. I've worked remotely before everyone worked remotely. I worked in my online coaching business full time, and then I was very lonely. So I would have to go to events. I'd go to parties. I'm just lonely for a friend, so I'd call a friend like, "Hey, you want to smoke something? We'll go drive down to the park and go down to the marsh. We'll have a chat, right?" And that made it really hard. I was just looking for things to do. I switched to a different situation where now I've given up my online business for the most part. You see a little bit, but I spend such little time on it, like an hour a week, and then a couple hours on the phone a week. Most of that time, yeah. Now my work's very social. Working on organic farm, meeting a lot of travelers, and just working with a lot of different people. It's like I work with like 20, 30 people, sometimes 20, 30 people a day I interact with just through work that I like and interact regularly. And then went even further to work farmers market Saturday morning, which has been the biggest thing for my sobriety by far, because Friday I have better options now. I'm going to go to sleep early Friday because I'm waking up early to go to Saturday farmers market, which is going to be a really social event. And when I'm done with that on Saturday, I don't really feel the need to be social Saturday night either, because so full so socially filled up. And then Sunday is a day where I'll try to organize a hike with friends, like let's go on a hike or go surfing, something like that in the morning, if can. Or it's the day like I need to do my errands. It's the day I have to go buy a bicycle or go get groceries or whatever, go do brunch with friends, whatever it is, so that I have better options. So Saturday night comes along, it's like, man, I've already seen so many people today. I don't need to be around people, and I got plans in the morning, better options, right? How do I make things even more social? Because substance abuse, we use the phone as substance abuse, like scrolling, just checking notifications, porn if you do that. So I want to reduce the time I'm on the phone from 4 to 3 to 2 to 1.5 hours is my ideal, under 2 hours a day. So I eat my meals with my friends. Don't bring my phone to meals. Breakfast, eat outside. Lunch, try to bring a book. Dinner, try to play a game of Magic. Just make my life more social. Getting a dog is gonna help. Personally, I mean, I haven't been reliable all the time, but having a partner who's relatively sober makes it super easy too, because then you have more good options. And if you're gonna do a drug, like sex is a pretty good one that's healthy to do. Physical exercise. So those are things that work. Yeah, and then to turn it over to you, if you are struggling socially and you're struggling with substance, the key is how can you create better options? How can you schedule more social time into your days, right? So like Monday, super social day. Tuesday, super social day. Tuesday you schedule running, you go running after work, or you get a massage on Wednesdays, better options, helps if you have some money. Thursdays you go, whatever it is, your date night. Friday, whatever it is, like Friday rolls around, you've been social all week. I don't need to be social, right? Now's my time that I can stay in, I can make healthy choices, I can catch up on my reading, catch up on my courses, right? Saturday morning rolls around, you have something to do that's social, that's helps you not make good choices Friday. Sunday morning rolls around, maybe you go to church, so you're not going to be hungover at church, helps you make good decisions on Saturday. And it makes it easy to be to be sober and to be healthy, living around and being around people, and also makes it easier to be productive because it's like, I'm not saying to forgo social activity. Ideally, you spend a lot of time in social activity and not be a hermit, but you need to be socially, it really helps if you can be socially satisfied and then choose to be alone and then study on your courses or your schooling or catch up on your work, whatever it is. For me right now, one of the things is dog training before I get a dog. So I'm taking it really seriously, taking multiple paid courses, multiple books, trying to spend at least an hour a day. It helps to do that. Like if you're really lonely, to sit down and do that's kind of miserable. That's when you're going to be distracted and make poor choices, but like look at porn or whatever it is. But if you're really socially satisfied, if your life is filled with people, instead of like seeking just something out of boredom, it's more like I'm going to get away. I'm going to lock my door. I'm going to enter into my solitude. I'm so glad to have a moment to be alone. Now I'm really excited to read and to study and learn about the thing that I'm trying to learn. So I hope you found that useful. I hope you found that helpful. If you did, please comment down below. If you haven't already, turn on the bell notification so you make sure to catch every video. And if you're trying to be sober and you're watching this on a Friday night or a Saturday night, I hope you find it really useful and helpful. Stay on your path. And just get some question for you: how can you just make your life more social? Create better options. What are some things? Some kind of club you can join. Game night. Runs in the morning. Paddle boarding on the weekends. Hike or church on Sunday, farmers market on Saturday, more cracking jokes time with people during the week, lunch, dinner with your coworkers or friends, or more dates with like-minded people. What can you do to just create better options? If you have good options, it's so easy to make good choices. That's pretty enlightening, and it's also why a lot of people fail. It's not their fault. They're born with bad options, right? It's like easy for me. I was born with good options, right? To say, but you're born with better cards. You still have to play them, and you can change your cards later in life. So if you're later in life, change your cards, change your options. It's going to be easy to make better choices. Make sense? Hope you found that helpful. Appreciate you. Much love. Talk to you soon. Peace.